showtime.
OnlySlabs.
There, comic book friends and fiends, it's Rob here in front of the Great Wall of Comics. And once again, it's time for OnlySlabs. OnlySlabs. And with me, of course, as always, my brother to the Great White North. How you doing there, Chris the Comic Vet?
I'm good, Rob. How are you? You're looking handsome.
Oh,
You're looking
thank you.
handsome.
Look
I
at this.
even like the
Yeah, they get the little,
yeah.
you know what? Sometimes you take a flyer on one of those things that scrolls through ads on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, really? You're gonna make me a custom jersey for $40? And I was looking, I'll give it a try, and sure enough, like 2 weeks later, it's just as good a quality as the regular MLB jerseys that I have, and
Has it got a blank back or?
no, the back is done up so I
Oh,
customize.
that is awesome. But why? Oh, 9.8. I see it now.
Yeah.
Like, why 98? Oh, it's 9.8.
9.8. Yeah.
That's pretty freaking sweet. I gotta admit, man. Like, you know what? That's the nicest 9.8 I've seen today.
Thank you very much.
That may change in a little bit.
It might have been
guess.
lied. It's probably one of those other grading companies because what's underneath it isn't really a 9.8. But hey,
and there's also no acetate in front of you, so it's a true 9.8 though.
That's right. Well,
its appearance is a true 9.8.
What's on the cover may not necessarily. It depends again on who's grading it, right? My wife may grade me a 9.8, but a lot of other people aren't. Anyways, because we're not here to talk about acetate gate, unless for some reason he brings on one of them, which I can't imagine he would anywhere near that.
No.
Friend of the channel and guest extraordinaire, ladies and gentlemen, Doc from Man Cave Comics.
What's going on, boys?
How you doing?
Good to see you. It's nice
to
It's nice to finally be on your show here.
Yeah, that's right. Welcome for the first time.
The new show.
I've been watching it, and I've been waiting.
See, look at that, Chris. The new backdrop even got your logo underneath you.
Yes,
although I'm
yes,
sexy and you're just shun.
I don't know.
Shun him.
Yeah.
He's sexy.
Yeah. At
Hey,
least I got
like
the exclamation
guys
point.
With no
though.
hair on the head.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's right.
It's not Shun.
Hey,
it's
that is right.
Shun. Yeah.
Everybody adhere to the proper haircut policy for this show.
Yes.
And I got a little chin hair. Maybe should let it grow out for you.
It's taking me 47 years to get this bit. I ain't shaving it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm excited because I don't know. Have you got, not only is this show in its 1 week in been just as good as the old show, if not better. Doc coming on here. I'm excited. Guests that we got lined up coming up down the pipeline. Amazing. It's coming up out. There's been a lot of good con stuff going on. I don't know if you've made it to any cons at all. Although I saw you with a group. You recently got together with a group of fellow collectors there, Doc.
I did. It wasn't a con. We all just went and ate food in the city, and it was Lee Polanski we've had on the show. It was
he's coming up.
Ting Wong, who's sometimes in the chat. He's more on Instagram. He's an excellent guy, Irving, and Victor Fox's driver, who's also Instagram. He's a collector, and another guy who doesn't post much but has a great collection, Jeff. So there was a lot of good folk. It was fun.
I'm excited because I finally going to get to go because I haven't gone to any of the big cons this year. The only one I'm getting off to will be later on in November. It'll be Fan Expo in San Francisco, which they just started dropping some of the guests that are going to be there.
Nice.
There's some big hitters coming, which will be pretty cool. But the first one I get to go to, there's next week, there's no show because I'll be traveling back home from drop my kid off in Utah. But that same weekend on Sunday, it's San Jose Con, which is just this little hole in the wall, old school at the Holiday Inn ballroom. If any of you guys are watching this or out in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area roughly, and are thinking about heading to this, I recommend. I went last year. It's great. I will be there again this year. Message me if you're going to be there. Let's sync up and say hello. Shake hands. Anyways, I think it's that time for us to play Romper Room.
Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me, do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play?
Hey, yes, there we go. Let's Crucius. How you doing there, buddy?
Man, do I float.
Orale las cruces.
You know that's the clip from the 80s. That show started in the 60s.
Oh man,
It's a unique show because it started off nationally syndicated show, but then later on it was also regionally franchised. So there were regional franchises as well as a national syndicated show.
Yeah, even international, because
It
it
looks
was
like
here
something
in
I should
Canada.
recognize, but I don't recognize that at all.
It was a kid show targeted for
PBS.
kids in it was PBS or local. Actually, out here it was Channel 2, but it was targeted for kids in the kindergarten, preschool age mostly, and it was like classroom setting stuff. So but depending on where you were at, it may not have been in your
Probably a
wheelhouse.
little old for it then at the time.
Well, like I said, it started in the 60s.
Oh, the 60s? Never mind. Yeah.
Shop for Comics, how you doing? Let's see, Cat Fan Comics Man, he's excited. He's been excited all week to get here because after he swept the other week and recently got an incredible Captain Midnight book from
yes,
Doc. He's been excited about coming
and
back.
Somehow I wasn't subscribed to him, and then I just realized I just discovered his channel last week, and I've been enjoying it. So sub him up, everybody.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
TM Nerdy in the house. How you doing? Thanks for coming by.
Bonjour.
Kenneth Bird, as always, here to help us and support us. Thank you very much, sir. Tom King, but not that Tom King. That's I almost want to get a sounder for that now.
Yes.
As I'm starting to get that way.
Mr. King, in fact, is
that's
here.
right. Mr.
Yes,
King.
Mr. King is here.
If you're nasty. Brian LCS. I had to reheat my breakfast because I caught it. I actually slept in a little bit, so I didn't get to catch the first serving of breakfast. But fortunately, everybody this morning on Breakfast with Brian was kind enough to leave some leftovers. I heated them back up. It was just as good as when I was watching a lot when you get the first go around, just about. Gary B, the casual comic guy, hanging out. Of course, we'll be coming up. You'll see me there on 10/11 on Tuesdays. But he's got an episode tonight with Shy Comic Girl. Yeah. So there you go. Seatless Man, my man up in the East Bay. How you doing?
I don't know what that means, but okay.
He's up near Oakland.
Oh,
California.
okay. All right.
The Bay Area comes down the bottom. I'm at the bottom of the bay.
Mm-hmm.
There's East Bay is on the east of the bay.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the peninsula, which is surrounded by the ocean and the bay that runs up the west side of the bay.
So what city's on the west side? San Francisco?
San Francisco, San Mateo. Yes, that's where all the big .coms are. We run down the peninsula, and then on the East Bay is more of your industrial side stuff. That's where Clorox and your salami makers and processed meat factories and stuff like that.
You're just better off to say the Athletics are over here. The Niners,
the A's are on the East Bay. The Niners are at the bottom of the bay. The Niners are at the bottom.
The Sharks are even further south.
The Sharks are in San Jose, and the Niners are in Santa Clara, which are adjacent cities essentially. Okay. They share a common border. Matter of fact, I'm in Santa Clara. San Jose is only like a quarter of a kilometer from here.
Oh,
for you, it's literally a few blocks away.
It's like a driveway away.
Yeah. Anyways, enough of this weirdness. Let's get back into it. Mr. James Willie. Oops, I almost put him in a timeout. That would have been wrong. I'm trying to click on James Willie to say hello.
Bonjour,
we don't want to put him in a corner.
Only 300 seconds.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I wonder. Is Jason?
Bonjour,
never could figure out. How you doing? Let's see who else we say hello. See, we got oh, hey, there you go. Trev, the shipping guru. How you doing? Happy to have you with us today. Woke you up early. Thank you very much there, Mad Spidey. Appreciate that. Gary. Oh, there you go. The king of all nerds is here. T-Dubs.
I watched Taylor on 10/11. I really enjoyed that episode. Yeah.
He's got a nice eclectic collection. Is that how you say it nicely? No,
it's a good description.
I'd say he has a nice collection of chaos in his head. That
that is true. Yeah, yes, absolutely.
He lets it out through his painting, though. He lets it out through his painting.
Beth remembers Romper Room. Excellent, thank you, Beth. We're not
Bonjour, Beth.
completely.
If it was on the same channel as Sesame Street Electric Company, I'm surprised I didn't watch it. I don't know.
No, I don't. At least where I'm at, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No,
it
not
was.
for
It
me
was
either.
because it was a franchised show as opposed to a PBS, a children's television network.
Gotcha. It might not have been franchised.
So it was
to
actually
you.
it would have been probably on a local channel in your area,
Gotcha.
and maybe not even a network channel. So if you had, depending on where you grew up, if in that era, if you had more than just the three main networks, if you had some other, more than maybe 5 channels.
Let me ask Las Cruces. We grew up in the same state, and I think you might be near my age. I'm not sure if you're a 70s kid or not. So you tell me if you saw that show. All right.
Yeah, there you go. Of course, Jason's throwing out the HR Puff and stuff. Yeah, there's all kinds.
Oh yeah, watch that one.
That the new zoo review, the Great Space Coaster. We can go on and on about all that fun stuff.
All these American
quite
shows, I had
appreciate
no
what
idea
it was.
Oh, dude, you got to be high on some of these to watch some of these. But, I think we said hi, Chop and Drop. Who else? Am I missing anybody else? Dave collects. Yeah. Yes. Thank you for coming by. Joffrey Castro's here. Unruly Simeon.
My brother.
As opposed to the ruly ones. Joffrey, Chop and Drop Seedless, Cat Fan, Joffrey, I think we're getting Dave, Brian. I'm trying to catch up so we can get to some comics here. I'm thinking as I scroll through, I think we're catching up. Man Cave, you Tad Young to remember Romper Room.
There you go. Unruly's an old man, so he probably was watching it as a kid.
Yeah,
he's a little older.
Lucretia says he's 51.
Yeah, you're close to me in age, so if you didn't see it either.
All right, Kenneth Bird says 62. Apparently, we're going off about this. Well, special prize to the first person who's foolish enough to put their social security number in the chat. You know,
Jim.
All right, Dicker Jim. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I think we got everybody. If we didn't, I completely apologize. It was unintentional to miss you, but it is about time for us to get into some slabbing action here and start showing off some books because, gosh darn it, that's what people want to see. If you, of course, as always, guys, if you have any questions about either books or the slabs, please throw it out in the chat. We'll try to get to those as well because we're here to educate as well. We're going to pause about halfway through the play. We got a loaded box of books to give away. So we'll be giving away books, of course, at midway through the show and towards the end. All right. Without any further ado, why don't we go ahead and get to what everybody's here to see because they really don't want to see me blabber. Slabber day, indeed.
We enjoyed that.
Let's get to Man Cave. Oops. No. Why am I trying to remove people from things? Oh, my goodness gracious.
Sorry, I found my way back.
Holy cow.
Unruly's going to like this because I'm covering a group that I know is dear to his heart and dear to my heart as well, which is the Fantastic Four, which to me has one of the better Silver Age stories, Bronze Age stories, some of the most amazing first appearances. Marvel cut its teeth with the storylines.
Sing it, Doc. Sing it. It's good. Just keep going.
So and I
heavily
did
borrowed from
Golden
DC.
Age last time.
Stop it. Stop that, Rob.
So we're going to cover Fantastic Four. What I have slabbed pretty much. I have others that are not slabbed, and I have a lot of the Bronze Age books and later that I really enjoyed the stories of, but I don't have so many of those slabbed. But in usual, I go from more recent to old. So without
Right. I hope you're starting with a burn book then.
you named it. Now you might recognize this label, Rob.
I've not seen a red CGC label.
This is early CGC back when they called this a modern tier comic, and everything. This was a modern label. So they had separate label for a modern
the tier?
comic back in the early 2000 era when CGC first came out. So this was from the modern tier.
Wow, because I think the only time I'd seen a red label from CGC was on that special 9.5 grade book or whatever it was that they did.
Young Avengers.
The Young Avengers. Yeah, that was like the only time I've seen a red label.
This is a 9.6, and it's a first appearance of Terax, the Tamer. I loved Galactus so much as a kid, or as I called him for many years until someone corrected me, Galacticus. They had a little extra in there, but so so I've been, not aggressively going after all of his heralds, and I don't actually have some of the more recent ones, but I try to get more of the heralds. But Terrax the Tamer, I saw this on Heritage a bit ago, and it wasn't too bad, and gotta love it. John Byrne. This is the only John Byrne cover, but he's known for a lot of things, but I think he's underrated for his Fantastic Four.
So I'm sorry, Rob. He returned to the FF around 83, 84, and he did a very good run then. That's basically when Ben ended up leaving the FF and when She-Hulk came in. That was all under under his tutelage and that. But that's I would agree that's I think one of his first ones for under that logo. That trade dress. Oh my God, Terex was I always thought like the most ruthless of all the heralds.
Yes,
in that.
He was definitely he didn't care what planet. He didn't have all that moral.
There was no sympathy like the Silver Surfer.
And Unruly was saying he liked Firelord. I did show Firelord already when I was showing Thor, so we're not going to see him now. Going to the John Buscema.
Oh, okay.
So we got the first Thundra here, and this style of cover I have a lot of nostalgia for.
Yeah, and, I like the way they got things foot popping out of the panel there, extending out.
Medusa's hair too on this.
That's right.
Yep. The Frightful Four, terrific. So what's the year in that release?
This is 1972, so this is still bronze.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
Still bronze.
Yeah, look at those colors.
Picked this one up fairly recent. First cameo of the Overmind. And let me see. But it's a great first appearance cover. So I saw it and pretty recent and just grabbed it. Just love the style.
Now, Doc, I know that you're still picking up high-end books. When it comes to the 100 plus FF stuff, are you finding that those books have taken a similar jump to the way that 1 to 50 has gone, berserk basically since COVID began? Like, are you still finding that the 1 to 200 that those are heating up just as much, or are they a little bit more lukewarm?
I think they're a little more lukewarm, especially more recently. I think everything's a little more lukewarm.
Right.
It's a good, if you're interested in grabbing stuff, you buy low, sell high. So now's sort of a time to get non-keys, and if you have something you want to get,
right,
in especially if it's filler type, there's a lot of good opportunities. I don't think this was not overly expensive though.
So who's the creative team for this one? Is it still?
Yep, John Buscema, Stan Lee story.
Okay. Yeah, so Stan's still at the helm at this point, even 100 plus.
Right. Roy Thomas was in the Thundra book, I believe.
Right. Yeah.
And everybody knows this one. Got this one.
Legendary.
Actually raw, and then I traded my raw one and wasn't quite as good as this, and I saw this at my comic store a number of years ago, and like 3 or 4, whatever. Time starts to mean less to me, so whatever I say, I might be off by a few years.
What year is this one? This is
1971.
Right. So,
and this is still Bronze Age.
It means it's just about as difficult. I had the thing versus Submariner one in a 9.0. No, it was an 8.5, but it was it's so incredibly difficult because this is now in the realm of where we have some of the newer inks, and the paper is still better than is today. It's not what it was in some of those golden age books and whatnot. That black cover like that.
Yeah, black covers they get their color breaks real easy, and it's just hard to get in high grade. If I see them, I'll grab them on a deal, even if they're not big books, just because of the challenge of getting them. And so I mentioned I loved Galactus. He was top. he probably was my favorite villain for whatever reason. When I was a kid, I liked the most whoever I thought was the most powerful. I enjoyed that villain, and Galactus at the time was the, now Galactus is everybody's punching bag. I feel annoyed at how they treat Galactus nowadays, but back in the day,
there was a lot of respect. Quick little factoid about Marvel and Nuff said. If you notice on the bottom right corner under Ben's left hand, no other comic book series had Nuff said written on the covers more than the Fantastic Four.
That I can believe. But beside that, I loved hero versus hero battles or big battles in general. But I guess a lot of kids liked them because they were a recurring theme. And,
well, Hulk and Thing especially.
Hulk and Thing went at it a lot.
So Hulk versus, I have I could probably do a whole thing on just Hulk versus, or hero versus hero. But as usual, I had some plans for today, and then suddenly it was today, and I said, well, what's the easiest thing to do? Just grab one of all. Because I did have this idea of maybe I'll do hero versus hero day with you and make it, but then I'd have to actually go through all the boxes and find them. That sounds like work to me. And I'm having fun hanging out.
Right, exactly. Sometimes that is
right. So it became Fantastic Four. That'll be enough said. Fantastic Four.
That's a mega right there. Everyone can get behind. Make Galactus great again.
Yes,
yeah, everyone can get behind this mega for sure.
My only concern
is beautiful. We should have that in a comic community for sure. Yeah. Purple hats, of course.
Yeah.
Hey, of course, we gotta do that. Hold on, we got T-Dubs. I know you're the king of all these types of quick things. Make sure you sync up there with Gary. Get permission. We expect to see the MAGA hats make Galactus great again. Available on TaylorWinder.com. It's part of the Taylor Winder collection. I know he's all over it.
Sign me up. Whoever has it, I'll buy
with Gary's logo and T-Dub's logo. Yeah,
I'll buy one for each of my kids and my wife.
I'm just always concerned
with it.
I'm just always concerned with Galactus, standing above the earth wearing that kilt of his.
The kilt doesn't come around too much. Usually he has the spandex underneath. So
that's good because looking up,
he's not. It's on
that one
Scottish
that we had was the kilt.
That is the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah.
All right.
Boom.
All right. So now we're going into you don't even really have to ask who the artist is for the most part because it's going to be mostly Jack Kirby.
Here we go.
And this is Fantastic Four 82. Now, this was a cover by. I just love this cover. Everybody coming out at you, including Reed Richards' hand and,
Black Bolt.
There's the Kirby fist. And then there's also the Kirby finger. I would say that's the Kirby finger for sure.
Well, he gave us all the Kirby finger.
And this is the first Silver Age of what I'm showing here. 1969.
I don't know why, but
that is incredible.
I like Black Bolt's design and
Black Bolt. There are so many good Black Bolt covers on Fantastic Four actually that you could. To me, actually, the first appearances, I don't like the proportions as much, but I love the ones where he's flying at you. Those are my favorite, and can't argue with that. And the stories, I feel like the Silver Age, as far as Silver Age story writing goes, Fantastic Four was up there.
Oh.
So we got here number 6.
All right.
Just the Nihilus and the birth of
Franklin Richards. Yep.
Yep.
Key, that double key. Yep.
I haven't paid attention. Is Franklin still powered down? I don't know.
Is he not Omega level anymore? I'm not sure.
He's not even a mutant, buddy. It turns out that he just thought he was, and therefore he manifested himself to be one.
Who jumped the shark on that one? Hickman? Like, come on.
I'm not up to date on the very modern lore.
After he restored like the multiverse or something, like he used up most of his power, so he was like powered down for a while. Right. I don't know where he's at. You got to do that once in a while. When you make somebody too OP, you do have to every once in a while scale them back.
Well, it's challenging to write a good story of a very powerful character. It started with Superman. How do you make an interesting story with Superman? And it's just gone Super Saiyan since then, where people are just gods. And what do you do? Even Galactus. Part of what made Galactus interesting is he was so all powerful, but they still, you know, Kirby of Stanley, they
Find a way.
made an interesting story out of it, and
Yeah.
that's a challenge. That's a challenge. This was a cover by as well. There's nothing key about this, but I just love the contrast to the green and
Wow.
It
Van Grim
almost
here.
looks 3D.
Yeah,
Incredible. I've never seen that
Beautiful.
cover
At least,
before.
at least on the screen. Holy
yeah.
cow!
This is 79 for who's looking, and it's the usual Senat with Kirby.
Biggie. It's a last. Yeah, as a something that spilled over from community chat from the other day. I was like, great. Sorry.
No worries, no worries.
That's incredible. What a fantastic cover.
Another contrast cover, and
There we go.
That's a lot of red.
Yeah.
Holy
with
cow!
the yellow, the Galactus. I actually I have a number of Galactus covers I don't have. I had in lower grade and given them away, or they might be somewhere in boxes. But
Yeah,
you know.
that red really reminds me of the first appearance of Gwen from,
even look
from
at the back.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Look how great the red is, even in the ad.
Like, Doc, how is that an 8.0? From my perspective, it
It's
should
got
at least clear to
ticks.
9.
Off-white to white pages.
Yeah.
There's
There's probably
if I bet you could press it. If you look at it at an angle, it has a lot of.
Okay.
It's probably a pressable book. I don't think it's valuable enough and worth it enough to break it out and do that. But
right. Well, that's what I was asking. I was curious way back to that red label was whether, because that's such an old thing, whether or not that being a 9.6, whether it had other stuff or if it looked like one of those ones that could be pressed. Yeah. There you go.
So here's a
Awesome.
Silver Surfer. They love this cover so much they pretty much did it twice. If I'll show you 50 later.
I think that's the one I just picked one.
Yeah. If it's really nice, do it again and just put the Watcher in the background and make. I feel 50 was a missed opportunity because although I love the way Silver Surfer looks, the brown and everything else about it sort of it detracts. Whereas this is the way this should have been 50.
A lot of different ones could have qualified for 50.
Yeah.
Kirby and the Silver Surfer, just perfection.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, Simeon saying that's his favorite Kirby cover ever.
Yeah.
There we go. Now we're on the Adam Warlock.
It's not my favorite cover, but this is an example where it's a key. I bought this raw years ago for nothing, and I had it graded. It was a 7.5. And then at my local comic store, they had this, so I traded it in and bought this. Fairly recent, so I can't say I got a great deal, but it was a 9.0 and the guys at my LCS are happy to let me pay them over time. So it makes it easy, so I don't have to pull out all the money right at once.
So what's it say there on the right side? Because I know this is not officially Adam Warlock yet, but what's
origin and first appearance of him?
Right.
Warlock and cameo. So, and there's another character I really enjoyed, Adam Warlock, especially when it became Strange Tales and he was with the Magus and Thanos and Gamora. That Jim Starlin storyline just hit. It was one of my favorite storylines. And funny enough, I read it in the reprints, the Silver Surfer reprints on Tales to Astonish, I think it was Tales to Astonish, and they redid all the Silver Surfer comics. They also, in the back of those, had the story of that Strange Tales Adam Warlock line. So that's where I read it in those reprints when I was a kid. And I didn't really like the Silver Surfer that much. I mean, I liked them, but I didn't like the stories as much. But I love going into the back of that comic and reading the Adam Warlock series. That was. And Thanos was another one of those villains that I just like, those uber powerful villains, and I was a huge fan. So I'll grab any of those things I can.
Yeah. Starlin laid a massive footprint on Marvel that they're still capitalizing on today.
Yeah. And here's the first part of that storyline with him, but him doesn't show up yet. What
hold on, Doc, you put that back up. What evil lurks behind below the beehive? Are they talking about like
Behind
her
the
hair?
beehive. Mystery of the year. Yep, behind the beehive. I don't think they're talking about her hair, but I'm not sure yet.
Should that be
Yeah.
Marge Simpson on the cover? Yeah.
They specifically say him does not appear. They usually don't tell you who doesn't appear, but that's the 2-page origin of him begins. Him does not appear, though. They didn't want anybody to give him a hard time, I guess.
Right. Yeah. No more 181, 180 controversy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real first appearance of him, even though he's not in it. Here we got the. This is 865. This is the first of Ronan the Accuser.
Awesome.
So,
yeah.
obviously,
A lot of people don't realize that Ronan's first appearance was FF.
the amount of important first appearances in Fantastic Four can't be understated. I mean,
Right.
Spider-Man has a ton of first appearances, but they're mainly first appearances of his villains.
Yes.
Right. It's a different style of
with
rogue
exceptions
gallery.
of like the Punisher.
Right.
But Fantastic Four has
They did a lot of the cosmic
first
stuff.
That's all
things that have,
cosmic and
you won't even
the uber
care if it's
powerful
Fantastic
stuff,
Four.
yeah.
Silver Surfer, Galactus,
Right.
Inhumans. I mean,
the hardcore fan
Adam
ones.
Warlock,
Yeah.
or him, I should say.
Yeah.
Here's another hero versus hero.
Oh
cover.
yeah. Again, I don't know what it is with it today. The lighting and these things, they're just like jumping off the background. They
Yeah.
look amazing.
Oh, sorry. that's
Hello.
I will turn that
Para
off.
información en español, para que todos.
Now this, Comic Head 84 pointed this out, and the way Silver Surfer's standing on the board there is a little.
Wow.
He's
Those are
cross-legged.
Maybe leaves a little something to be desired, but maybe he's just making a move. You know,
I think he has to use the washroom really bad, so he's just gonna get through Ben, and then he's gonna go use the washroom.
Yeah, I never noticed that until he pointed out. I was like, yeah, it's a little. I think we were having an argument who does a better Silver Surfer, you know, which is Kirby or the one who did Silver Surfer 1.
Awesome. Again, how in the world is that?
I'm having a
7.5?
total mental brain fart. Help me out here. Silver Surfer #1. Who did the cover of that?
Was it not Buscema?
It was Buscema. Yes, thank you, Buscema.
Okay.
Because some people feel Buscema does a better surfer. I feel like they do great surfers. I don't have to make that decision. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of important first appearances in Fantastic Four, I
my.
forgot about one here.
Oh,
So this is
my.
the second appearance of the Black Panther
Awesome.
with the
Awesome.
cape still. And you got the first appearance of the Claw.
Awesome.
And I'm actually at this story. I have an omnibus that I'm rereading Fantastic Four. I haven't read it in many years. And I'm actually at the Black Panther part, and I'm enjoying that.
Oh my goodness. I'm almost speechless here. It's just
Here we go.
there you go. Look at that.
man.
We got
Yeah.
a very important book.
Hold
here.
on, hold on.
Yes,
Remy.
Oh. I was
That's-
actually trying to save Remy. I was going to give him a different one. But
And
that's okay.
you know,
I'll
talk
just
about a contrast. The moon in the background, the Black Panther.
Yeah.
I mean, is there? You know, there you
goodness.
could argue what the best first appearances are, but that's got to be up there. It's
Oh man.
awesome.
And T'Challa is so important to the
Yeah.
Marvel universe, and what a great first appearance. I'm not here.
Sorry.
I'm not here. Yeah. That's fantastic. Is that an 8.0? Oh my goodness, and an 8.02
Yep.
doc?
Yep. And I got this my Fantastic Four collection. I haven't except for one exception, which I'll tell you. Most of these were acquired by me 3 or more years ago. Probably no 4. It's again the pandemic messes with my sense of time. But before 2018 is when I got most of them. So they're not, you know, they're. I wouldn't at the time. I didn't feel they were cheap, but in retrospect.
Doc, because T'Challa is so important to me, can you read us what's on the right side
Sure.
of that label then?
First appearance of the Black Panther, T'Challa, Inhumans appearance. Stan Lee,
Nice.
Jack Kirby, Joe Sinnott.
Man, oh man. Like what a run. Like those 4 or 5 books right there in a row.
Yeah.
What a run for Marvel,
Yeah.
especially with the Fantastic Four.
And as I said, I'm actually just reread the T'Challa story after an omnibus, and it's fun reading these things again. To me, this is an undervalued book, actually. If you look at the big keys, It's it didn't go quite as crazy as a lot of them with the recent boom. I'm not sure where it is now. I haven't checked, but
Interestingly, I was just about to say, would you like to get one, Chris? That 8.0 one just sold on August 4th, and it was $4,560.
I'll be right back.
to me that's
Okay, no.
I mean that's not you know what I mean, for what you'd have to pay for an 8.0 Journey to Mystery 83 or
Right.
an Avengers. I mean that's a
Right.
deal. That's
Yep.
a
What's interesting is always watching where these really the collector tiers are, because like collectors will like 9 and above, and then you have a big drop in the 8s, right? And then you
Right.
have another big drop to the 7s. So you go like this, a 7.5, 2160, double that to get an 8.
right.
And if you then you go to a 9, runs you 9,500,
Right.
and then 9.2, 14,000.
Right. It scales up rather quickly.
Yeah, obviously the number of books available also diminishes. So
Right.
as you move up scale, but it's always those big jumps.
But to me, Rob, T'Challa's first appearance should be more in line with some of those bigger characters where, to use the biggest one, AF-15, a 0.5 is still many thousands of dollars, right?
Correct.
It's a 5-figure book in a 0.5.
Right.
Here a 0.5 on this book will run you less than $100.
Oh yeah, you could buy that.
What am I doing on the show?
Get out there and get one.
Just one quick thing about the Black Panther, Doc. You're absolutely correct, because at this point now, generationally now, the Black Panther is a household name. T'Challa is a household name because of how strong his first solo film was. It was $1 billion movie. How important he was for the MCU moving into the Infinity War. And remember, when Captain America turned around after he picked up the hammer, the first person to come through that portal was a Black Panther.
Right.
Yeah.
And they need to bring back Black Panther. They should not retire Black Panther. I think that was a mistake. I get why they did it at the time, but I think it was emotionally driven. But you can't get rid of Spider-Man, nor you can get rid of Black Panther.
I think once you go to when they start bringing multiverse characters over, then they can.
They'll
probably do something. But
in the history of the Marvel Universe, right from the beginning of time, there's always been a Black Panther. There's always been a Panther. There's always been a Ghost Rider. There's always been a Phoenix, and even an Iron Fist. So yeah, they like it or not, we should get another Panther.
Yep.
Look at this cover. Let this monster.
Yep.
My God.
So, I wasn't in love with the theme of this monster, Ben Grimm feeling awful about being the Thing as a kid. I mean, I enjoy it. I used to get annoyed when Johnny Storm's always harassing Ben Grimm, sort of like when Lucy was always lifting the football. I wish Charlie Brown just kicked her and the football.
Yeah, exactly.
I was always like waiting for Ben Grimm to get a hold of him and snap him like a twig, and then be the Fantastic Three.
Right. Go ahead and flame on. What are you going to do to me? I made a rock, you dumbass.
Reed Richards would go ahead and tie up Ben Grimm, and meanwhile Johnny Storm is instigating the whole damn thing as riding free. Yeah, he annoyed me, but
Yeah, well, they had that brotherly thing, right? Like almost like two brothers, and then you had the younger one who's always instigating everything.
That's right. So I'm not sure where I was going.
Yeah, how make sure you let me know, Doc.
Let me do the next three, and then we'll take a break.
Perfect. And while we're doing that, you can take a call.
Back to that that cover that we.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's still next. Look at Surfer. He looks beautiful. You got Johnny Storm going to college, and not sure how long that lasted, but
that lasted into my time in the '90s before he blew up the university.
There you go.
Yeah. And, all they had to do was make that a black background, throw a few stars or some constellations in the background, and
missed opportunity.
Yeah.
But
instead, it's the Silver Surfer visiting the sewage treatment plant.
Right.
Yes.
And it's really his first,
You catch a wave.
Big cover here, but
yeah. What are they plugging on the back of that, Doc? Like what is that?
Another 2-pointer for Jerry West.
Oh, okay.
Lakers, Jerry West.
Nice.
What is the great moments in sports?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
well, Aurora made models. Were those model kits or something?
They were hobby kit. Yeah, Great
Yeah.
Moments in Sport hobby kits. They don't actually
Wow.
show the kits, but they give other examples down here.
Right.
Jimmy Brown rips off his 10,000th yard. Babe Ruth wallops his 60th homer. Jack Dempsey KO's Furpo in the second. I can't remember. Johnny
Yeah.
Unitas passes for an AFL record. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
It's a
Cool.
little sports
See,
history there.
Chris has got the Pokemon stuff down, and I got the model kit manufacturers down.
Okay.
There you go.
But I understood every single sports reference there.
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
Now, this one I was very fortunate to get in a long box cheap. I mean, a number of years ago, I brought it over to my buddy at the LCS. He's like, "Oh, you got to get this pressed and cleaned," and then I sent it to get graded, and I spent less than $100 for it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, this was
Oh, Doc.
one of my bigger catches out in the wild.
Oh,
Not
my
even really
goodness.
realizing. I was just like, "Oh, I love that Galactus cover," and at the time I was getting back into collecting. I don't think I even was quite aware of its key nature. I just said that's just a great, beautiful book. And,
yeah. All right. For everyone that's watching, Doc, would you mind reading what's on the right side of that label for that important book?
First full appearance of Galactus, second appearance of the Silver Surfer, first Silver Surfer, and Galactus cover.
It's like I said, this is why the Fantastic Four 1 to 50, 1 to 51, I guess I should say, is arguably the most important books that Marvel ever put out. Incredible.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Great cover. Who can argue that?
who could ask for?
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness.
Now
It's just nothing but right hooks, everybody. Boom.
Yeah.
Body blow.
I appreciate the impending doom nature of it. I like that second crowd, the multiple crowds on the roofs.
Yeah.
You could see if there was something out there in the sky about to do something. That's what humans would do. They'd be all out on the roof checking it out. So I think it's actually a pretty clever cover. Now, the rendition of the Watcher, it's something to, it's a little, I guess he looks very alien. I don't know. His legs are a little edematous. Maybe needs a little Lasix. I don't know. But yeah, it's just.
He just got back from a toga party, people.
Yeah. And I mean, I love the
Animal
color.
House variant.
The coloring, how it goes from dark to lighter, and the perspective is beautiful. Wow. The Watcher's maybe the Watcher could be a little different, but it is what it is. We love this book. We recognize it for what it is, and so
yeah, run you a cool 6,700 today. So roughly. So that was a good
8.0. My God, that's an 8.0.
Yeah,
Frank Doc.
This is one of the ones I had a bunch of opportunities. I remember it was on the wall years ago, and I was thinking, I'm not going to pay that for it. Knowing what I know now, I definitely would have done it. No problem.
Yeah, right.
And then things started heating up, and I got more knowledgeable. And I was like, dang it, I should have pulled that trigger quicker. So I actually got this on Heritage about 5 years ago, and it still was a bargain for what it's become. So.
Yeah, and there's still room to grow. Let's be honest. I'm sure everyone in the chat would agree.
Yeah,
there's still room for that book to grow.
So important, Galactus. As I said, I love Galactus. I love Galactus more than Silver Surfer. When as a character, I found Silver Surfer spent a lot of time bemoaning this and that, and I always felt like he was a little bit. Either in the fetal position or kicking ass.
But that's what made Terrax so great then.
Yeah. Yeah, Terrax is
that's what made him so great. He's the anti-surfer.
Right.
Yeah.
And but if you want to do
yeah, we can take a pause here. Absolutely. So guys, we're just getting warmed up because he's moving older. So yeah. So that'll be that's look forward to. But first, I'm trying to find what I'm looking for. There we go. But first.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Have you ever wondered where you can get great Fat Stacks merch or maybe that special OnlySlabs shirt? Well, check out fatstacksmerch.com. There, you can go ahead and scroll through and get your favorite Rob Fat Stacks a Comic shirt. with a front pocket logo and large logos on the back. We also have the OnlySlabs gear available for sale on FatStacksMerch.com. 100% of all profit from sales on FatStacksMerch.com are donated to the C3 Comics Curing Cancer campaign in partnership with the American Cancer Society. So go ahead and check out FatStacksMerch.com today.
All right, excellent, thank you. And let's go ahead and throw it up there, guys. Hashtag the first family, and we will go ahead and use that for our chance to get bucks from the box. In the meantime, while I struggle to pull this thing up off the floor, Chris, what you got coming up in the next couple days here?
Well, 2 days ago on August 11th, I actually rolled through my second anniversary on YouTube. So I dropped a short video just saying thank you to everyone that decided to spend a little bit of time with me and talk about a little bit what's coming up on the future of my channel. I will be doing Two Cool Guys tomorrow, Monday. I should have a mystery box. If not, it'll be some Walmart packs. Wednesday will be a new Comic Book Day hangout. In the very near future, I will be doing an 800 subscriber announcement, and I will start to show my Amazing Spider-Man collection from 50 down to 100. I'm thinking I'm going to break it up into 5 segments. But yeah, Rob?
Awesome. Doc, are you showing up somewhere else? I know you've been busy lately. Or
I'm on the Collectors Club, which is a show Biggie Shack has every other Friday. So this coming Friday, I think he's having it. So we usually just show, we have some guests and we just show recent acquisitions and talk maybe on the topic or not, just time to BS on a Friday. And yeah, I got plans. I got to, but to actually do something video-wise at some point.
Excellent.
Low budget, though. If you like a production, don't
not it, right?
Quality.
And for us guys, this week, no SlabHub or ever. It's gone. No OnlySlabs though this week. I do have to take my son to school, and I'll be traveling back home from getting him moved into his dorms and stuff. So Chris is taking the week off. He's been overworked by the mean overlords here at OnlySlabs. So he's taking some time off and gonna relax. And so nothing there. But next week, or the week after next, join us in 2 weeks. Yes. DJ Lynx is back as our guest here on OnlySlabs. So there you go. And of course, as always, if you're interested in being a guest on OnlySlabs, please feel free to reach out to me at Rob's on Instagram over at robs.fatstacks. It was amazing to me. I had somebody reach out to me the other day or made some comment on something that said that they wanted to be a guest. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we're always saying, just reach out to me. Please do. We are booked we're booked through the end of October now. So, but it sounds like far way out, but in reality, it's only like 10 shows from now. Oh. when you really start doing it, it's really not that far when you're planning things out.
Oh,
all right.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Yes. Which means for me that I might have to put socks on. Instead of flops.
Clearly, I'm doing life the wrong way.
Yeah, well.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, let's go ahead and find out who gets our first batch of books. Wheel of Fish. Dave collects. Yeah. Excellent. Congratulations. Dave, you'll want to make sure that you reach out to me on Instagram at robs.fatstacks or email me at robs.fatstacks@gmail.com with your ship to address, because I do not believe I've ever sent any books to you. But all right, Doc.
Rob, I believe Dave is actually in California as well. I believe that he's awesome. One off my channel before.
So, Doc, we have a full box.
All right.
But we're still only grabbing 6 books.
Go right to the middle and put your finger in and get a comic from each side, top and bottom of that finger.
All right.
Man, that is a full. Yeah, I know what that is.
Oh, I grabbed 3
box.
That'll do. 3 is good. It was
all right.
meant to be.
Take all 3 of those then.
Go about 30 centimeters from the back.
Yeah, I don't know that word.
What?
30, come on now, Chris, help him out.
30 centimeters? 30 centimeters is probably about like 12
Well, there's
inches.
2.5 centimeters per inch. So
Yeah.
you're talking about
2.54.
you're talking about 12 inches, which
Yeah.
would put you down
It's
here.
a lot.
What
It's
did I
a
say?
lot. Yeah. That sounds good.
Right here?
Right there.
Okay.
Right
What
there.
are we?
Yeah. I got a
And what are
lot.
we-
I got a lot of respect for Doc now, talking the way the rest of the world does.
Are we taking the front, the back, or both?
Both. Why not? Both.
All right, both.
That's 5.
And
Oh,
we'll just
okay.
grab the first one in the box, whatever that one is. The
Very
first
first
one
book
always
in the
gets
box.
neglected. That first one will sit there for eternity. But we're gonna
okay.
grab that first.
Now on here there was 2 bonus pulls
All right.
on
See.
this one,
Whoa.
so 2 extra pulls.
So let's go the last one in the box too. Yeah, the last one.
Okay.
And now
Okay.
dump the box
What?
out. And the first one you grab, that'll be it.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. You just tell me when to stop.
Right there,
Front and back.
front.
All right. Oh yeah. Let's see what you get.
There you go. 2 bonus pulls. That'll help your
See.
lighten that load.
Wonder Woman issue 47.
Ooh. Is that the Finches at the helm for that one?
Looks like
Says,
Supergirl and Wonder
says
Woman.
Robinson's
Speaking
Dragova.
of hero
Okay.
versus
Jardo.
hero, it looks like a
Oh.
good hero versus hero.
Oh man, I need to make some. I had a huge desk. How could I have no room to set these books down? All right. Oh, how about the Art of Frank Frazetta?
Ooh, nice.
Somewhere Gary B is saying, I have that book.
Yes, that's great.
The book that gave you 2 bonus pulls. How about God of War: Fallen
Ooh.
Gods, issue 4.
Never could get into the video game, but yeah.
Yeah,
That's
give
a
her the
great
auto.
cover. For issue 4, that's a great cover.
Yeah, and Del Otto's apparently on the art on that book. So there you are.
Nice.
Nola's joined us.
Stuff.
Nola.
No,
Oh, here you go. Here was that little book that you said grab the front one. How about Deathstroke the Terminator,
oh yeah.
issue number 5?
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
I didn't realize
When
there was
are they
a
gonna
few
bring that
keys in
guy
that
in?
run. Yeah.
Well,
How about The Punisher?
ooh,
Wow.
Max.
Yeah, I'm actually even meaning to go through this box and label them all with all the keys. So that way I know a little bit more when I pull them out. Because I'll know like sometimes when I put them in there, but then I forget them. My brain is like a colander full of holes and shit pours right through it.
Graven.
West Coast Avengers number 3.
Nice.
Look at that villain. He's one sexy beast.
How about there's a new web slinger in town, Scarlet Spider number 1.
Ooh,
All you need is a loose blue shirt over that red spandex.
Rob's favorite storyline.
I have mixed emotions about the Scarlet Spider because I kind of dug some of the elements, like the different webbing that they introduced, like impact webbing and other stuff. But at the same time, yeah, I'm not a fan of the clones typically.
I missed
and
that. That's where I sort of stopped collecting when he came around. So
Yeah, well, so did I.
yeah,
The clones came around, the clone maximum clonage, and I walked away and dumped my collection.
gotcha.
Spectacular Spider-Man 146.
Nice.
What's going on in my factory? It's attacking me.
Looks like the hobgoblin there going away.
Yeah, well, it does look like sort of like a goblin of sorts, whether it's a hobgoblin or whether it's they oftentimes in Spectacular Spider-Man it wasn't hobgoblin, but it was what the hell is that third one? No, the Hall. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, it's
But-
escaping me too.
Hmm.
I'm sure someone in the chat will drop it.
I'm sure somebody's going to remind us, or like Shop is going to be like disown us both and like tell us, I thought you guys were cool spider kids. You couldn't remember, whatever it is, Jack-o'-lantern.
The Demo Goblin. That's
Oh,
it.
there's Demogoblin, and then there's also was it Jack-o'-lantern? Or yeah, Jack-o'-lantern was the other one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shop. So yeah, it could have been either one of those based on how raggedy the cloak
And
is.
Taylor's coming in with the porn version. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's enough of that. All right, Dave, congratulations on a stack of books. You will also be getting the new OnlySlabs magnet and stickers as well. Congratulations there. All right. So let me label those. In the meantime, I will move our man Doc up to the position of power or position of honor,
All
whichever the
right.
case may be. And let's get back into some beautiful slabs.
All right, so just continuing on, I was alluding to this cover, and actually, as far as some of the covers, it's not one of my favorite, but sure, it is a first appearance cover. I don't
Right.
know, I feel like his
Yeah.
torso and I don't know, there's something about it that for some
The
reason-
jumping jack variant.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a great Kirby floating heads cover, and the colors are awesome, and
Yeah.
I mean, he's there. This is his first appearance. That's certainly
Oh my! And then the 8.5, Doc.
yeah.
That's incredible. Oh, Lockjaw's even that floating head there too. That's great.
Yeah.
I hear Lockjaw may be showing up in next season of Ms. Marvel.
Ooh. Oh, way to
And-
bring the Inhumans back.
And I did
Well-
like the Inhumans. My first experience with Inhumans was actually their Inhumans comic that they had in the Bronze Age.
Right,
For a brief
right.
moment. A friend of mine had one, and I was like, "Who the hell are these guys?" And I was just immediately
They're usually split the
Yeah.
book with Black Widow
Right,
and
right. It was-
Humans.
It
Yeah.
was. I think it was actually one even a little later than that, where it was
Okay.
actually just them. But I remember, I just like knowing all the heroes, and that I saw this group of heroes I had no clue about, and that was immediately drew me in. But so. Yeah, good stuff.
Phenomenal.
Boo-boo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
And
Yeah.
gotta have 45. Now, this is one where I bought a long time ago, and I was always going, "Oh, I'm going to upgrade." And then at some point, Inhumans really bumped, and I said, I'll just keep my 7.0, and I'm happy to have it. But
What a 6-issue run from 45 to 51. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
and you got the
bangers.
Inhumans way up there. I love Sue Storm's hair here, man. That's 60 special there.
Yeah, because most women wouldn't get out of bed and go save the world without first spending time to
Yeah,
do their
yeah,
hair.
yeah.
But Sue doesn't care
So
because
good.
you
Yeah.
can't see me.
So
I'm
good.
invisible.
But yeah, how could you not buy these comics?
Yeah.
Back
Sue
in-
rocking the bedhead. Yeah.
They had a couple of those where they had like titles etched into the stone of the walls and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, there you go, Gorgon.
Oh, Gorgon.
So we're just getting, some of the Inhumans, as you know, appeared a bit early.
But yeah, not
the
a
book,
monster, but a gentleman. The
Yep.
gentleman's name. Wow. Oh,
And here's another one I meant to upgrade for the longest time, sort of fell asleep at the switch, but happy to have it. And how can you not love this cover? That's one of the best first appearance covers ever. So we got Medusa here.
Ace Pot Pete.
Yeah. Medusa's basically the trapeze for these
like
guys.
yeah, I was gonna
So,
say,
yeah.
like, what's going on with that? What's going on with Medusa? And like, hold on.
Yeah, that's her job. She's just gonna be their ladder. Like we'll just hold on to your hair, and the rest of us will do the work. But she's made up for it over the years. You got that cover, and then you got my favorite Medusa covers, the Amazing Spider-Man, where she has Spider-Man all tangled up. I love
61,
that.
I think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
it's-
white
Oh.
cover. Yeah.
That
John
if-
Romita
if we
Senior
had
cover.
a Medusa one,
Yeah.
that
That
was
is
my favorite.
that is definitely one of those great ones.
I think second wave feminism was still in the works, so she was just a type, she was just the rope at that point.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Stan did
Not
enjoy using Medusa. She crossed over to a lot of different books.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, now
He's
we're going.
hot.
There's a number of keys I don't have, and that's okay. That's okay. And we're going pretty early.
It gives you
now.
something to collect now.
Yeah, it gives me something to look for. And when they all went up, I just sort of said, I'll wait and concentrate on Golden Age. And I'm still, but now that everything's coming down, maybe I'll grab some. But this one is one of my favorite Brawl covers. Just great. It's Fantastic Four 26. It's a 7.5 because it's hard to read. It's the old label.
Oh yes.
But you got Hulk fighting the Avengers and the
Oh.
Fantastic Four.
Oh, poor Cap. Like
And this is a second part of the Hulk versus Fantastic Four. And this is the first time they really duke it out. Number 12 is Hulk, first time Hulk and Fantastic Four meet, but it wasn't quite the brawl. This is where they really start going.
What was the grade on this one again?
7.5, 7.5.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Has a
my
date
goodness.
stamp too. I know if Unruly's still here, I know he loves date stamps. So
Yeah, he's here.
yeah,
That's a super affordable book.
yeah. No, but it's just a great cover.
Yeah. I mean, this is just shows like where some of these things are like you could not in an Amazing Spider-Man, if you found something in the first 30 books that wasn't a significant key, you still couldn't get a 9.0 for less than $1,000.
Right.
But here you can. FMV on a 9.0 is only 850 bucks.
Now this next one's probably the more famous cover because it's just a great, Hulk versus Thing cover.
Right.
And it's fun to read. I mean, Spider-Man is the one who's always sarcastic when he's fighting, but Ben Grimm gives him a run for his money. Ben Grimm talks smack.
Right.
And he has such a sense of humor while he's fighting, even if he's, fighting the Hulk and not really getting the better of the Hulk, to say the least. But it's Ben Grimm is my favorite Fantastic Four character when he's not whining about being a monster.
Right.
But
Agreed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When he's and just another thing I feel like they've always done wrong with Ben Grimm. I feel like his woman wronged him. You know what I mean? I feel like he got the raw deal with the lady.
Yeah. No one likes Alicia.
Yeah. Anyway, we won't go too much into these things.
Yeah, but the those two right hooks that are about to land there, that's incredible. Yeah,
and I kicked myself because a number of years ago, my LCS had a signed copy of this Stan Lee signature, like an 8.5. And I was just like, it's a little too expensive. And now I'm thinking, oh, what the hell was I thinking? I'm happy to have this, so I'm not complaining. It's all good.
The thing I always used to think about Alicia was I didn't dislike her, but it was always kind of like, what were you saying subconsciously that basically, if you're ugly and hideous, the only person who could love you is a blind person.
Yeah.
It's like,
Heck with that.
Wow.
Yeah. But then she ended up with the sexy blonde anyway, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
This one I got raw from eBay. This is one of the first books I got when I started getting back into collecting in around 2010, 2012.
That looks like it was just printed yesterday.
And I didn't even know. I just was like, oh, that looks good. And I got it on eBay. And turns out it was actually pretty high grade. So I was lucky.
Oh, Doc, did you have anything done to that book or did you just submit it straight up?
No, I just submitted it. Yeah. This was pretty nice right off the get-go. I got lucky. And early Spider-Man appearance, origin of the Submariner, first appearance of Lady Dorma and Krang.
Oh, I kind of hope that when Wakanda Forever comes out and we get to see images of the new take on the Submariner, I hope that there's a little bit of an homage to that cover, just even with
maybe at least give him that crown.
Yeah, just that camera angle where it's just kind of slicks over and he's kind of doing that thinker pose. But that's great.
It would be a great what you're talking about at the end of that movie. Your post credit scenes to bring in a Fantastic Four post credit scene would be
And I don't have an annual number 2, which is a very nice book, Origin of Dr. Doom. And, I could have gotten low grade, but I feel like I'm a little picky right now. And if I get it, I want to get it in somewhat high grade, but it's a little expensive. So I'm just going to bide my time on that one. But I love this cover.
Oh,
wow.
And this is
jumping Jehoshaphat.
Ant-Man first time in a crossover.
And we got the Doom.
Yep.
Oh, sweet mama. All right. Oops.
Great,
what did I just
red
do?
cover.
All right. Well, actually,
nothing key, but just first Ant-Man crossover. And not that that's a huge key or anything.
Yeah.
Cool,
it's like something to note. Is all.
Yeah, something to note. This one heated up a bit. Picked this up a while back.
Number 13?
Yep, number 13. The first Watcher. Overall, not my favorite cover really, but it is a key.
Yeah.
Big key.
It is criminal how low. Actually, as I'm looking at some of these, it's actually rather criminal how affordable.
Yeah.
Some of these are.
Now this is a classic cover. Anybody who
Oh,
There it is.
right.
is
Yeah.
looking for, great covers, first meeting of Hulk with the Fantastic Four. And what else do they say? Thunderbolt Ross appearance. I am pretty sure this is the first Hulk outside of the Hulk comics 1 through 6. This is where they start.
I believe so. I
Yeah.
believe that book predates Avengers as well.
Oh yeah,
so,
it definitely
Yep.
predates Avengers.
Yeah.
So it's 60 March 63.
Yep.
His first meeting between Fantastic Four and Hulk. Yeah.
You're right.
Awesome.
And then the 25 and 26 that I showed, that's shortly after Hulk left the Avengers, and then he's fighting Fantastic Four and the Avengers. And the Avengers are talking about how they have to fix their mistake about the Hulk, whatever that was. Good luck. But one of the more annoying characters in the Marvel Universe, Mr. the Impossible Man.
Yeah.
Can't say I was a fan, but I saw this for cheap at some point. I thought, it's sort of a key. The coloring scheme is similar to 48. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
They kind of mailed it in with that shape of that character too. It's just like
Yeah.
like a hangman character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not looking
interesting.
to upgrade that one.
It is interesting to have the characters there and then put their floating heads below them.
Yeah.
And they put them in different order, but that's all right.
Now this is number 10 from 1963, and this is you got Jack Kirby and Stan Lee in the bottom there talking, and Reed Richards is the bad guy.
Yeah.
And this comic, this is one of the, not this particular comic, but one of the first ones I ever bought. I bought it in a flea market, really beat up. And I thought I'd lost that comic that I bought. Then I visited my brother a few years ago and was searching through his long boxes. And lo and behold, I found the one that I bought in the flea market.
Nice.
Here it is.
Nice.
1970s. It's taped up. It's falling apart. It's a mess, but it's nostalgic. But got this nicer copy here. Nothing particularly key, but everything's key when you get early.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like a key
Now,
to some degree.
This is the one comic I bought fairly recently of the Fantastic Four, so it was not cheap. I bought it from that scam artist Lee Polanski,
Oh yeah.
and he had it.
Oh my goodness, a 9-0 for 9.
6.
Yeah.
6?
Number
Yes,
6.
issue 6.
So this is the first villain team up in Marvel Comics. It's
Second
Dr.
appearance
Doom.
of Doctor Doom.
Yep, second appearance of Dr. Doom. Second Silver Age appearance or I'm not sure if it's a second Submariner. I think it is. Yeah, it is.
So, Chris, you want to venture a guess?
Okay, in a 9-0, my gut says 5 figures, but I'm gonna go like 8,500.
So,
I almost don't want to insult Doc either, but yeah.
yeah. So a 9-0 sold recently, June 18th of this year, $10,800.
I spent less than that. I will say that, but
It is a big jump between a 9.0 and an 8.5. If you're a budget collector, the 8.5 will only run you about $3,000.
Right.
What the?
Yeah,
Again, it's that tier where
that'll even
it's that
is a
tier
lot.
where collectors will.
I'm gonna have to call Lee and say I ripped him off. No. Why?
Wow.
And I bought this. I think.
Well, you know what? That can't be right. I'm sorry. The date I'm looking at was the last sale on an 8.5, but that was 2 years ago. An 8.0 was 5.5 earlier this year. So that means in reality the 8.5.
Now you're getting into better territory. Yep.
There's a problem with
today.
I'm using Cover Price to take a look at the FMVs, and unfortunately their FMVs they're not adjusting it based on the sales around it. They're just going based off of some of the last sales, and so it's a little different than I'm used to. But I'm trying to get used to them since they're going to integrate in with CLZ. So, anyways, and I do like now. Actually, so I'm going to give just an ad here for a second because this is kind of a cool thing for somebody who's interested. If you didn't know, if you've ever looked at Cover Price, one of the things that they recently just started doing is breaking out raw grades in raws into categories. So they have their very fine, very good. So you can get an idea of what the FMV or sale prices are on raw books as well as graded books based on some idea of condition instead of just giving you some generic high low. So that's kind of something that's kind of interesting as they're looking to build out their integration with CLZ. So that way, anyways, just thought I'd share that real quick because that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So yeah, Lee, let's just put it this way. Just like my LCS, Lee is very kind about me paying him off overtime.
Right. No. When you're doing those kinds of books that he sells, that's
and he also takes trades, so you can give him books to offset the value, which is a lot of people, which is not a bad idea. If you have a lot of little books, you can, but anyway, this I got it when it was cheaper, way cheaper.
Oh boy.
And I really almost didn't buy it. It was at my LCS a number of years ago, and it has such horrible marble chipping. Marvel chipping. It's got to be one of the most chipped books. But we did a little haggling, and I felt like I probably overpaid for it. But now I'm happy to have bought it.
The first appearance of Dr. Doom, no. What do we say? Oh, 4-0?
Yeah.
Arguably the greatest villain in Marvel history. Stan Lee's favorite character. Like, it's just magnifique, Doc. Magnifique.
Yes.
Rob, I'm going to guess.
Yep.
And a 4-0 because of how important that book has become in the last 24 months, and that we're going to finally get Dr. Doom. 6,500.
So 4-0 sold on July 10th of 2022 for $11,100.
Oh my Doc, I apologize.
That's incredible. Yeah,
Doc, I apologize.
Did not spend anywhere close to that.
Yeah. That you said what, 6,500?
I said 65. I'm wow.
Yeah,
Doc,
yeah.
I'm
Not
sorry.
not even that close.
Yeah.
That
45.
65, I would have believed you, Chris.
4,500 will barely buy you a 0.5.
Wow.
My God, look,
that book has gone up.
We're getting into car territory now for the price of that book.
I don't know what car you're buying for a 400 or 500.
No, I'm talking about what the price you said for that 4.0.
Even still for 11.
Yeah, well, you get yourself a nice motorcycle for 11, but yeah.
Maybe motorcycle, but a car? I mean, come on.
Yes,
nothing I don't want to drive.
Unruly's more like in the range of where I spent.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's all what happens when you buy early, you buy at the right time, right?
And we can always go back, and I know people who bought these books back in the 80s for. And then you find someone who actually bought
it off the shelf.
In the 60s.
Yeah, bought it off, I'm sorry, not the shelf. They bought it off the rack.
Right. So there's whatever I consider a deal, there's someone else that's like
we've seen that with Anachronic Comic. He showed some of his books. If you like to hear some of those stories, go check out Anachronic Comics channel. Check out his videos, the books my mom let me keep.
Right,
where he opens up and he's got right out of the subscription envelopes, he's pulling them out, and some amazing books. And some of them, they're not necessarily always in the greatest condition, but given what he paid 10 or 12 cents a piece for them, well, 12 cents. But
Joe's a good storyteller as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So going on with the keys here.
Yes.
I've been told, Rob. Rob, you don't like Submariner, if I recall.
I don't like Silver Age Submariner, but this borrows the Golden Age look with that literally a flat top, flat head. That
triangle head.
I don't know what it is, but I just love that iteration.
Don't let him hit the water.
Yeah. Don't let him hit the water.
Don't let him hit the water. She's gone. Yeah.
And Johnny Storm only has himself to blame, right, for getting Submariner back into the when he's like burning his beard off and dropping him in the water. But good stuff. Stuff.
Another book that's just gone haywire in the last 24 months.
I've had that book a while. This one I upgraded. I had a much lower
The fantastic.
Oh, the
lower
first
grade
fantastic
copy.
car.
But my LCS about 2 years ago had this, and so I traded in to them my lower grade copy and then paid some cash and got this.
First Fantastic Four costumes.
Yep.
First appearance of the Fantastic Car, Fantastic Copter, and the Baxter Building.
Yeah, but for me, that's one of the best Johnny Storm covers. You know, Johnny Storm doesn't have necessarily magnificent covers, you know, till much later, but that one just great.
Yeah, this is
the
classic strike and oppose. 2 more.
All right.
Yes, guys, you heard it right. You can do the math. If that was issue 3, and we're only doing Fantastic Four, this one is number 75.
This was a spontaneous eBay purchase a number of years ago.
Those can be dangerous.
You know, it was. I wasn't sure I even wanted, but
you gotta keep that
right,
collection in a row, 1 through 5.
The more I look at this cover, it's one of my favorite covers, actually. The yellow.
There's 12-cent issue.
This is a 10-center. Yeah, I forgot. It was the other one was the first 12-center. This is a 10-center.
Yeah.
The scrolls, they don't have costumes yet. And the story's funny. The scrolls end up becoming cows in the end. I mean, it's a fun little story. And and it's just to me, it's a great cover. Ben Grimm's still looking pretty.
So if I don't know, I haven't read,
kind of
I haven't
moldy
read
in
these, but
shape.
if they didn't have their costumes yet,
How is Reed Richards? Yeah.
That
Yeah,
and Johnny
the
Storm's not incinerating his clothing and everything else. So they didn't have the unstable molecules yet? Or
and Sue
they just made
Storm's-
their regular clothes out of unstable molecules?
Yeah.
Or we got that
Reed
argument
Richards
later.
was still very smart, so he knows what he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think maybe Stan went home and his wife said to him, "Now you're gonna have to do something about their clothing because it's not believable yet." Yeah,
right.
Doc, what's it say on the right side of that label?
This says first appearance of the Skrulls, second appearance of the Fantastic Four, Thing pinup.
Oh,
The scroll cows came back to haunt them too.
it's just very true. Very true.
Now, Doc, if we could pause for a second, I'm just curious because Jason does ask a very good question that some people who
How do
are
I insure?
collectors. Yeah. Do you I don't necessarily want to talk about individual brands or whatnot, but do you do a special collector's insurance and stuff?
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't do like just a homeowner's insurance or something. I have a collectibles insurance. I actually asked ETA Nick, like, who does he use? And he told me, and I just used it without question almost.
Yeah, no, I looked into one time when one of the grading companies started offering one. I was not impressed with their rates, but I haven't gone to start looking at others, but I don't have nearly the ridiculousness of a collection quite like you yet, but I have a few years of collecting to go. So,
yeah.
Excellent.
It's, I probably need to raise the premium, honestly, because comic volatility has got with the pricing.
Right.
It's a moving target.
Yeah, I know, Jason, that there's an issue with some homeowners insurance may offer something for collectibles, but it's not typically standard, and so it's a note to self: Rob's uninsured. Well, I'm insured by Smith and Wesson.
There you go, Smith and Wesson, a moat.
Okay, hold on. Let me get some oxygen
And Mossberg.
in. All right, before we do this next book, I got to get some fresh oxygen in because this is it. This is the first Marvel book in the history of Marvel. Okay, Doc.
This book, I actually put a lot of comics towards getting it a number of years ago. I had a giant size X-Men. I think it was a 9.0. I wish honestly, my memory for grades of my own comics is very unreliable, but I'm pretty sure it was a 9.0. It might have been a 9.2. But it was a giant size X-Men and some other, and a first Punisher, and
Oh man, for those of you counting at home, that's 3 Remy's today.
Yeah.
And we had to be conservative. We could have just been pounding Remy's for the last this whole second half,
And I'm sure Remy would have been
would have liked to have been pounded
boys.
that much time. Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic Four #1 in a 4.0, just iconic. This is the book that saved Stan Lee for all of us for years to come. This is the book that started the Marvel brand. and arguably some of the best storytelling to come out of Marvel, out of Stan Lee's hand, is the Fantastic Four. Doc, thank you. That's what a book.
You're very
what a
welcome.
book.
This is
What a book.
Yeah, this is when I first got this, I just couldn't believe I had it. Honestly, at the time I had this, I had a few other keys too, but this was one of the first big Silver Age books I got. I had X-Men 1 before this, and then this one, and it was just,
Wow.
too much. And it's been homaged a few times, and
So, Doc, you said you traded a GSX high grade and an ASM 129 to get to finalize this.
Yep, and some money. So,
yeah. So, how long have you had this particular issue then?
My memory is unreliable, but I believe about 6 years, 7 years.
Okay, so before the bubble, before everything went nuts, for a couple years,
significantly less than its value.
The only one out of the Fantastic Four books I have, the only one I really hit on the bubble is number 6 there.
Okay.
Yeah, which I was kicking myself because I had so many opportunities to buy that for cheap. So that was my punishment, to have a payment plan to Lee to keep him, he bought a new house recently.
Right. Well, we know what Mad Spidey's guess was.
Okay. Well,
this I don't think it's a 50. It's a.
Yeah. We'll let Chris go. I won't reveal yet. I'll let Chris take a guess.
I'm going to go a little bit more conservative than Morg's there. Yeah, Morg's guess 50. I'm in the wheelhouse now that this book, to me, should be the second most valuable Marvel brand comic book behind AF-15, which is now the record holder for the most expensive comic book in history. I'm going to guess like $30K.
I'd say even a little less than that.
Okay.
I don't know.
In a 4.0, off-white to white, is that, Doc?
It is off-white to white, yep. And no Marvel chipping, but it's a little tanned, I would say.
Oh. Can you show the back cover one more time? See, that still looks good to me. Yeah, I'm going to hold firm, just because of what the COVID bubble did.
So, while the 4.0 data is not great, there is a sale of a 3.5 in May of this year. At that time, it sold for $36,000.
Okay,
Doc. Oh my God, Doc.
So, given the dip since May, I would say that a 35 to 36 is probably not out of the question on a 4.0.
Yeah, a lot of the guys in the chat are kind of hitting the nail on the head, in my opinion. Marty's saying 37 and change. Nola's saying 40 to 50. Pandas said 42. I don't think there's a wrong answer here. I don't think there's a wrong answer.
It's what you're willing to pay if you want one of these things.
Yeah,
what they're willing to sell for. And Chris, this will get you your car.
That's in Canada. That's a low end Benz, like entry level Benz.
Well, I mean, I've never paid that much for a car because I don't believe in paying a lot for my cars typically. But
well, Doc, my God, congratulations as a Fantastic Four reader.
Yes.
It's a great series, and
hell of a
if I was really smart, I probably would have sold it already. But whatever. I love.
Sometimes, but then you wouldn't have it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the collector's problem.
Whenever I tell my wife what these books have done in value, she's like, "What does it matter? You're never going to sell them anyway."
Right? Exactly. Right. It's like you buy down here, and their value's up here, and it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
But if I sell it up here, then I don't have it anymore.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, to me, you could wipe out FF 2 to 100 if you want, but the number one is something else.
Adrian says he's willing to pay $42K, but he just needs to borrow $42K.
You're only approved for 40 or less, so sorry.
And Spidey says he has a kidney. What's your blood type? That's the question.
Right. Yeah.
Whether or not it can be used or not. If it's incompatible, it doesn't make a lick of difference.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, did he mention he has a rare blood disease that
my God.
Wow.
So we just saw Sue going into the water. We just saw the first Doctor Doom. We just saw the first T'Challa and Galactus and Silver Surfer. And we started off with Terex, but my God, Fantastic Four #1. If OnlySlabs would have been just the Fantastic Four #1, we probably could have talked for an hour just on that book alone. Doc, thanks, man. That was incredible.
And one thing about the first Fantastic Four, when they're called to help people, they destroy Ben Grimm
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
out of the ground and car crashes. Johnny Storm melts everything around it. Like they could cause more chaos than helping. It was
that
to
carries
read
over
that
with a lot
again
of.
was hilarious. Actually, I just reread that in the omnibus, and it's just they cause way more destruction than they actually solve any problem.
Just let the monster terrorize. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
they should have
maybe
just
not.
let. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in a lot of
Roscoe.
things.
But
But
some
yeah,
great stuff.
so you did really well, right? If you ever need it, so far you have offers for a kidney and a lung, a soul, a year of indentured of
5 years.
servitude. So he'll be an indentured servant for you. So you're
Just a year?
yeah, just a year. I mean,
Bartering is a legitimate.
well,
form, yeah.
what is minimum wage a year of labor? I mean, getting an employee, you got to figure an employee want to do anything. That's at least even in New Orleans, it's at least $50K a year. So there you go.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that.
So they're stepping it up in case you're ever in need of any of those things. There
I'll
you go.
keep note.
Our own personal
I
Sherpa.
thumbs up, and I can scran through later as needed.
Excellent. All right, he has 45,000 shiny Canadian pennies.
Yeah. Sadly, you're going to need to quadruple that to even get the attention. But yeah.
Well, Rob, you think this is crazy? Just wait till you have Nerdy Girl on here, and then you guys will really blow your.
Oh, I need to get more. I need to
you
get
won't
more
even
of
know
the.
what to do.
I need to get more little sound bites. Otherwise, we're just going to hit Remy
as
every
long as she
time.
actually shows her big books, which I imagine she will. But if she doesn't, you better have her back and tell her get out the real books.
Yeah, we've chatted a bit about it, and I think that I've told her that what the books that are special to you. So we may get a mix. I even told her that if she wants to bring on a couple of her slab video games, since I know that's part of her collecting story, that I'll allow it. So who knows what we'll get, but we'll see at the end of September.
What she has, you'd probably allow even some Pokemon cards.
No.
That's been played out, Doc.
That's just done.
Hold on, maybe a high grade Charizard. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, all I know is my oldest son told me a few days ago. He said you should have collected Pokemon cards, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm disowning you now. Out of here.
Except the thing is, again, I hate that I know this much about this topic now, but if you're a collector of those things, you don't want to be buying now. Right. Because the Pokemon brand, whoever makes those cards, has gone to max production because of the demand and the value and everything that's assigned with them and everything else. So they've gone to max production. So it's basically the late 80s, early 90s of comic books where everybody's buying them, everybody's slabbing them and protecting them, and there's overproducing them just because they can. So anyways, Doc, as always, a pleasure having you on the show. And guys, I know some of you guys out there in the world aren't big on necessarily slabbing books, but you enjoy looking at them. But for those of you guys that are loving slabbing books, but you're hating the 1+ year lead time to having your books pressed at CGC or CBCS or wherever else, and you're looking for a presser, check out the RogueTraderUtah.com. He's the guy who presses my fat stacks of comics. Roughly 2 to 3 week turnaround time. You can get 20% off your pressing when you use the code FATSTACKS at checkout, including off already pre-discounted bundles. Plus, every time you use the code, $10 goes to the C3 Comics Curing Cancer campaign with partnership with the American Cancer Society. All right. So again,
do they clean and press, or do they?
Clean press. Light cleaning's included with the regular pressing, and then again do deep cleaning. He's got different types of humidity chambers for different age books. He does staple replacements if need be. He on my Startling Comics, he went and sourced a new staple. It actually took 5 weeks to get that book back because he had to track down a 1947 staple. Wow. And then, of course, rethread the staple ever so gingerly, type of stuff. But he'll do clean rust, whatever else. That dude's his background, because we brought him on one of my other shows. We did an interview with him, which planned for a half-hour interview, went like an hour and a half. He's a document preservationist is his background. So, and when you do books with him, this is what he does for a living. And he does, you're paying on top of there is the price that you pay
for the pressing, but then based on your FMV, there's a little bit of extra charge because they're fully insured and everything while they're there as well too. So to the full FMV value you declare. So anyways, all right. How's everything going? Wow, what a run today. Absolutely. Great job, Doc. Great show as always.
Thank you guys.
PokeRub talking about Pokemon. I know it drives me crazy, but somehow doing it. If you didn't see, guys, I did send an AOK to Tyler earlier this week, and he cosplayed me. That was interesting.
Like he went all out.
He went full bore. He shaved his head.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a part of the club now,
he didn't have long hair to begin with, but and now he looks like he's not allowed within 200 feet of a school. Guys, you imagine finding staples from that. Well, you'd be surprised. There's some books aren't worth much more than the parts that they're made up for. They become donors. Right. Well, we did that. We said hello and we said goodbye. We got to do a giveaway. That's what we got to do. I knew I was forgetting something. Everybody, hashtag OnlySlabs.
And remember, Rob, just for my part, if it's someone I already gave to, I like to give to someone new every time. So we'll figure that out if it actually occurs.
That's right, indeed. So everyone's go ahead and hit that. In the meantime, of course, coming up on Monday, my mail call. Oh, what a mail call it is. It is great. So watch it. Because every once in a while I have mail calls that are ho-hum, and sometimes I have some that are oh wow. And this is one of those more oh wows. Then Thursday there'll be an unboxing. I can't decide which mystery box is going to be unboxed for Thursday, but it'll be recorded while I'm away in Utah. And then again, this week, this coming up week, no OnlySlabs. We get a week off. You can go watch some other YouTube show or knock off a few things on your to-do list, whichever, your honey-do list. But in 2 weeks, we're back with the incredible DJ Lynx. As he's had his books pulled and ready for us for a couple weeks now. He told me he's excited to come on. Excited to have him come on as he's coming up pretty soon on his 3,000 subscriber benchmark, and of course a big giveaway party for all that. All right, yes, Mad Spidey. That means you can sleep in next week. Absolutely, as long as your woman is not snoring and waking you up with the snoring. All right, let's see, we have 24 entries out of 31 viewers, 32 viewers. So as it bounces around a little bit, so give you just another second here to get your OnlySlabs in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's roll. All right. You're the boss. Wheel of fish. I feel like I really need a wheel for that. Tylox the Mighty. Nice. Congratulations. And Rob John, and he's back. I removed the wrong thing. All right. Tylox. Oh. Tylox, let's hopefully get you some good books here. Okay. Good books in here. All right, so 6 books. Go ahead, Chris. Where are we starting for them? All right. If I can have everyone hit that like button while we do this. Tylox the Mighty has got 3 names in his handle. Let's go 3 from the front and 3 from the rear, Rob. The third book 1, 2, 3. I want to hide it. So, you know what? I just realized that I got this box is backwards, but that's okay. The front's whichever side's facing you. All right, let's go back to front. Now, take those 2 books, Rob. And because Mad Spidey's asking me to talk in centimeters like the rest of the entire planet, Rob, can I have you go 4.5 centimeters from the front, or if you prefer, 1 decameter? Now, let's go 4 finger lengths from the front. A 4-finger pour it is. There it is. 2 books? 2 books. The front and the back where your thumb went there. Yep. All right. Oy. All right, Tylox, this is for you, brother.
How about a trillion nanometers from the rear?
Now you're talking measurements of time.
Nanometer is a
Oh,
link.
a nanometer. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I thought you said. Yes.
Thing
Ooh, there we
and
go.
Thor in Marvel 2-in-1 issue 23.
One of my favorite comics was Marvel 2-in-1 and Marvel Team Up. Both those.
Yeah.
They picked the two guys that are most fun trash talkers to have their own title.
That's cool.
So here we had today, of course, because we were covering Fantastic Four, we of course had some talk about the Inhumans. How about the Inhumans all new Inhumans
Ooh.
#1, the hip hop variant?
Ooh.
Incredible. Wow.
What is that
Oh.
homaging? Which album?
I'm not a hip hop fan.
Anybody
I can't tell you.
knows?
All-
Because I
all
recognize a
new
good amount of them, but
Inhumans.
not that one.
Yeah, if we have someone in the chat, just quickly Google that while
Where's
we're
DJ
going
links
through
where
that.
we need them?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a
Oh.
great cover.
Tylocks with the facsimile. How about Tales?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Tales of Suspense: The Power of Iron Man.
first
First
Hawkeye
appearance
appearance.
of Hawkeye.
Nice.
And
I
watch
thought
as
you were
he
going to
teams up with
pull out
Black
that
Widow.
ultimate Fallout 4 facsimile there.
There's
Too soon, Doc.
hold on. Let me grab a Sharpie. I'll make you your own.
Sorry, let's not even go down that rabbit
All
hole.
right, yeah, that's
All right.
that-
Here you go. How about Serenity
Ooh.
issue #1?
that's a
I
good
always feel
likeness
sad
cover.
when I see anything to do with Serenity, 'cause knowing what that show could have been. Just annoys me.
What it was.
Well, it
Yeah.
was, but they had so
Yeah.
many potential seasons to flesh
Yes.
it out.
No,
man.
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh.
Fox did something wrong with that. But yeah, no, I love Firefly, the new series, all these
Beautiful.
series stuff. Great.
Wonderful
there.
series.
How about the Incredible Hulk issue 316?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
look at that.
Hercules, Submariner,
Dude,
Iron Man,
that
and
looks
Wonder
like a
Man.
John Byrne cover right there.
That's a
too.
battle. That's
Yeah.
a battle.
All right, and then last, but certainly not least, this is an artist exclusive cover for a Vampirilla. This is signed and remarked by Buzz, who's the artist. Buzz. So along with this little COA back there and a link to his website, where there's multiple variants of this, but signed and remarked. Congratulations there, sir.
Beautiful.
With the old school costume too, not the
Ooh,
the crazy bikini one, but the
that's
Just
nice.
just to talk about that hip
Who's the
hop
artist again?
variant.
his name is Buzz.
Not to be confused with Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, his website
Or-
is, for everyone who's curious,
or Aldrin.
website is www.justbuzz.com.
Yeah, Panda hit the nail on the head. The hip hop variant is DS2 by Future. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, Tylox, I've never sent you anything, so you'll need to make sure that you hit me up with your address so that way I can get you your books out to you. But since I've never sent anything to you, that means I'm sure Doc's never sent you anything.
Right. So
And it means it's time you get to play. You get the
Tylox.
bonus round.
I have 13 books left. So pick 1 through 13. Just pick a number.
Ooh, Tylox picks the number. Accounting for delay.
It's about 7 or
Meanwhile,
8
I'll drink some
seconds.
coffee from this wonderful
And I have one
OnlySlabs
number in
mug.
mind that if you pick it, I have to get up and grab it because it's a magazine size case. It's not in this box.
The OnlySlabs mug available on the
3.
FastAxMerch.com.
3, Doc. 3.
All right, 3. Let's see what we got. We got
Oh my.
Action
Action
Comics.
Oh my
Comics.
God. And then 9-0.
521.
Doc.
First Vixen, I believe. Right? Is that what you? Yep.
Oh
First
man.
Vixen into 9.0. Congratulations, Tylox.
All
Wow.
right.
Yeah. As a Superman fan, I'm a little jelly. Way to go.
Here we go.
Way to go. Way to go.
Well
Awesome.
done. Well done.
All right, so go ahead and you can go ahead, Tylox. Just when you get me your address, I'll forward it on to Doc so he can get you your book. All right.
Yep.
Or you can ping him directly too if you want.
Yeah, Tylox, if you have my Instagram, it's Man Cave Comics 1.
Let's put that back up there,
Chris
everybody. It's you can follow Man Cave Comic 1.
Comic 1. You're right. Someone actually had, they already had it without the 1, and that messed everything up.
Yeah, and then the S is just we just call him Man Cave Comics, but his Instagram handle is at Man Cave Comic 1.
Yeah.
So there you go. In case you guys are trying to follow him, I'm not sure. You'll know it's a cover of AF-15 is his avatar.
That's right.
So.
The one that I let go.
All right. Yeah, not to be confused with number 2. But who does number 2 work for? Yeah. All right. Well, guys, again, Doc, thank you very much. Chris, thank you. Everybody who came out to join us today, you are all appreciated. We love the support and the dedication to so many of you guys. Keep coming out. Stuck with us through the confusing name change. Everything else has gone along with it. I really, really appreciate you all. It is a great joy to bring on members of the community like Doc and share these collections and look at some of these books that whether they're just personal books or whether they're these big some of these big books that where you may not see them, whatever the case is, it doesn't matter. It's all fun. It's about the journey and it's about collecting what you want to collect. So on that note, guys, as always, please collect what you want to collect. Don't listen to anybody, including me, Doc, Chris. Collect what you like. After all, I mean, I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.